Hello everyone, welcome to the second video of this series on Google Sheet. So in the first video, we were exploring this COVID data and the link was already shared in the first video in the description. It's available on Cackle. So we looked at the toolbar options available in Google Sheet and we checked the column stat feature available in Google Sheet. Now in this video, we will start with copy pasting the data from one place to another in Google Sheet. So I'll create another sheet here and I'll start with copying first 10 rows from here to this sheet. So I copied from column A to J and I'll paste it here. Control C, Control V. It all looks fine. Now if I do the same again for a few selected columns, if I select from H to J, I paste it here. Control C, Control V. There are no values in these cells, and the text which is appearing here, that is also different from what was actually present in the data set. So what is the problem here? The problem is that these fields, these columns which are marked in yellow here, these are formulated columns. These are formulated cells. So when I am pasting it along with the data which is already available, along with this rows marked as blue, it is giving me correct result because these cells are present in these rows as well. So we have some value in B2 and this formulated cell is actually picking the first two character of that particular cell. But here there is no value in B13. So it's showing blank while there is no date here. So it's just formatting, considering it as just the start date, and then it's showing incorrect numbers here. Number here. So what is the solution? So if you just have to paste values from one place to another, you control you do control C, copy the data and paste it as values. That is control shift V. And then if you want the formatting as well, you can paste the format on top of this, which is control alt V. So here there you can get all the values, proper values along with the formatting as well. Okay. And this control C, this value pasting can be done at any place. It should not be the same location. So here I pasted in the H column only, but I can paste it anywhere because I'm just pasting the values here. I can paste it anywhere. Values only. Then I'm pasting the format like this. Now there are other options available as well in the data while copy pasting the data. So if I copy the data again here, I can paste the formulas only as well. So it's just pasting the formulas, and since there are no values in the column B45, in the cell B45 here, there is, it's showing as blank. So this way you can, and if I do formula pasting at this particular location, it will throw error because from here I cannot go back those many columns on the left, because from this place where I copied the data, from H it is referring to column B, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 places on the left. And because there are no cells available here, it is throwing me a reference error. And because uh, now here it's not blank, it's throwing reference error. I'm getting an error here as well. What this one is working fine. It is looking at this column country code and just picking the first two characters from there. There is another useful thing while copy pasting that you can do and use. So I copied the data from here and I can do this. I can paste it in transpose form as well. So here all the rows have become column and all the columns have become rows. This column daily new cases, this has become a row here, and this row is one column, and this is another column like this. Okay, and then there are other options as well. You can just paste the conditional formatting from the data set where you are copying from, and I'll talk about this conditional formatting in a while. And then you can just paste the column width and everything except the borders as well, so those options are also there. But yeah, this was kind of important, and unknowingly you may make mistakes like this. So it's better when you are just copying data from one place to another, just do value paste, and if you need the formatting as well, paste the format on top of those values. Okay, so now we will discuss how to apply filters on a data set in Google Sheet. For example, if we want to know how many rows are there in this data set for Brazil, how would we do that? So for that, we will apply filters and then check the count of values here. So we'll select the columns from A to J, the first row, and that you can do by selecting this cell A1 and J1 by pressing Shift on your keyboard. So all these columns will be selected, and then you can click on at the top this icon, create a filter. So now uh, filter icon is applied everywhere on all these columns. And if you just select, so here you can see there are five values, five different values in this column B, and you can just select Brazil and click OK. So now you can see it selects 820 rows out of total 4100 rows here. So this way you can answer that yes, Brazil has 820 rows in the data set. It's quite simple. Now let's remove the filter from here. We'll select all and click OK. So now the filter is removed from this column B, and you can see what kind of filter we can apply on this date column. So here again, we can just simply select a particular date, and we can see that yeah, on a particular date there are five rows in the data set. We can select 2 days, and you can see that there are total 10 rows in the data set. We can also apply filter by condition. So the condition can be whether it is empty, not empty, if it is a text field, if it contains something or does not contain something, even starts with, ends with. So we'll check that with the country column, or the text is exactly something. Now for date, whether date is a particular day, date you can enter, or it's before, after, and then is between as well. And then you have greater than. So all these options are available here. So I'll just start with date is, say, exact date. I can write 215 2020. Click on OK here. I'll get the 5 days, 5 records, which is there for this particular date. Again, I can select something else as well. So maybe date is after, not the second month, maybe uh, 1st of January 2022. So yeah, so after 1st of January 2022, there are 665 records. So this way we can apply filter. We can even use a condition like date is between two dates, and then we can apply filter, and we can answer some simple questions here. So for example, when I selected this date after this particular date, 1st of January 2022, I can see that that particular date is also selected here. And if I just have to check how many total cases were there after 1st of January 2022, I can click on this column and I can get this sum here, 53923,459. So some simple questions related to the data set you can answer by applying filters. So we can look at other options which we can apply for text field as well. So for example, I can do text starts with IN. So it should select all those roles available for India. So now, so two filters are applied here. First one is on date, that is 1st January 2022, and then the next one is country which starts with IN. So it's India only, because we have seen that in the data set we have only five countries. So we can see that there are 133 rows, and if I click on daily new cases, then I can say that there were 8.2 million cases, some of all these daily new cases in the period after 1st of January 2022 for India. So this way you can apply filters and answer a few basic questions like this. So I'm just removing. So if you want to just remove all the filters along with the filter icon, you can click here. Then there is another option here, filter view. So here you can create some filtered views. So if I want to create a new filter view, I'll click on this. And now this view here, all the applied filters will kind of, it would be saved, and I can just click on that filter view at the top and get results. So I can name it as, for example, 1st Jan 2022 for Brazil. That is the name I've given here, and then I'll apply filters accordingly. So date filter is applied, then I'll select Brazil. So this this filtered view is there. If I close it, it's saved there, and I can open it again by going to data, filtered views, and selecting the ones which I have created just now. So we click on it, it will again show me the same filtered view which I have created. So if there is some data set and this sheet is common to a few of the members in your organization, then you can have your own filtered views. For example, you all the time you have to report some numbers for a particular region or for a particular product, then you can create a filtered view for that particular region product combination for yourself. And similarly, some of your other colleagues can create a filter view for their own purpose. So this is again a useful thing in Google Sheets. So now we'll quickly look at conditional formatting options available here. So for example, this is a data set which you can see on my screen, but you want to highlight some some rows in a particular column based on certain conditions. For example, here I just want to highlight the cases, or in column D, I want to highlight cells where daily new cases were greater than 1 lakh. Okay, so I'll select this column. I'll click on conditional formatting, and then I can add a rule here. So it would be applied to this particular range, which is column D, and I can select a rule. So it's greater than or equal to 100,000, that is 1 lakh. And for those days, I just want to add a red color here because on those days, the daily new cases were quite high. It's more than 1 lakh. And then I'll click done. So what it does is that it highlights all those rows in the data set where cases were greater than 1 lakh. You can see that, yeah, on 19th of February 2022, the daily new cases, COVID cases, were greater than 1 lakh in Brazil. And then again in US as well on 17th of February 2022, it was greater than 1 lakh. So, like this, you can easily identify the rows where the color changes based on the conditions that you have applied. And if you have to filter those records, so again, you can do the same. You can just select all these columns, apply a filter, and then you can filter those records by color as well. So filter by color, fill color, light red. So by as we have applied conditional formatting, so all those cells, rows where the value is greater than equal to 1 lakh, it is converted to light red. Now you can easily filter those records. So if I you can see that all those rows are filtered. So you can again answer a simple question like there are 403 rows out of 4100 rows where the daily new cases are greater than 1 lakh. So similar kind of thing you can do for other other cells as well. You can apply conditional formatting on date or on a country or any other numeric fields as well. It's quite useful. So it's just one use case I have shown you. But yeah, in even in a tabular report that you create, uh, you can add conditional formatting to highlight cells where the numbers are positive, negative. It immediately attracts attention, and those important cells can be easily identified. So here if I just want to highlight, for example, the cases that belong to India, or the rows that belongs to India, I can just select column B, click on this icon here, click on conditional formatting, and then I can write text is exactly India, and then I can select the fill color. And then there are other options as well. You can select the text color, you can make the text different, it's bold or italics, something like that. You can do that as well. So here, all those cells where it is India, it's changed to blue, and then now it is bold as well. So you can see it's highlighting. So this way you can make some changes in your report or even the raw data set where it would be useful in when you are applying filters, or just for general presentation or general data exploration as well. Well, these highlighted cells are useful. So the next thing that we'll quickly touch upon is sorting the data set. So here the data set is sorted by date. But yeah, what are the options available here? So again, if I have to sort the data, I'll go to data in the toolbar menu at the top. I can select sheet by column A to Z, or by column A Z to. So these two options are available here. But yeah, if I want to sort in by two columns, what I'll have to do is that I'll have to select the data first. So I can click anywhere here and do Control A. So it will select the data. And then if I go to again this option data, it gives me this sort range which was not showing earlier, or this option is now available here. So here I can just sort it by column A, these two options, ascending or descending, or I can click on advanced range sorting options. So here we can see, so first of all, you can mention that this particular data has a header row. Just click on this. Then, if I want to sort by date instead descending order, I'll select this date and select Z to A, which is descending order. Then I can add another column as well. For example, country in ascending order. Then I can select another column as well. So on a particular date for a particular country, I want to look at active day or daily new cases where it is highest. And then if I click on sort, yeah, so after applying that option, you can see that the data set is now uh, sorted based on the conditions that we have selected. So descending order of date, and on a particular date, it is ascending order of country, and then descending order of daily new cases. So this way you can sort the data. Okay, so that's all from the second video. And the next video of this series, we'll see some more features or the options available in Google Sheets. And do subscribe my channel if you like the video, and share it with your friends. Thank you.